Hunters, how is it going? This video has been delayed, I know. Shit going on in my life, mental health issues and all that. So we're on Bearded Rambles 13. Some would say that's an unlucky number, but I think it's a really lucky number. So obviously, I'm the bod of the broader CueBall, the person you love to hate the most, and I have a posh, whatever he is, guest. At this time, he is a 3-time AWA Wrestler of the Year. He is the current CWF Corinium Champion and the current AWA World Champion. This is the Foxcatcher.
Well, hello there, everybody watching, and Mr. CueBall, how do you do? What? You may call me the posh eccentric of wrestling, if you're stuck for little niceties and quotes and things to call me. What?
Yeah, that's not in my vocabulary, but yeah, that's all good. So, Foxcatcher, sorry, Mr. Foxcatcher.
Yes, well, you know, you call me Foxy if you want. I mean, I only usually let my friends call me Foxy, but then again, I don't have many friends because they're all fuckwits. So, yes, you call me whatever you want, as long as it's not derogatory. What?
Okay, so how have you been, Foxcatcher, sir?
Well, you know, Mr. CueBall, I've been rather okay, I suppose. Yes, you know, keeping myself busy, having all of my maids and all of my aides and my maids and my aides all wait on me, you know, clean my boots and pick my nose for me, trim my beard, you know, wipe my backside, all that sort of thing. And I've been getting absolutely sozzled and, you know, just, yes, enjoying the boredom. Well, not really enjoying the boredom, just kind of, you know, finding ways to pass the time. But don't you worry, I found many ways to pass the time with all of my escorts secretly appearing at the humble abode.
Yeah, okay. No, okay. I didn't know you was going to be like this, Foxcatcher, I must admit. But there we go.
You should have known, dear boy. Foxcatcher has a lot to say. What?
Yeah, apparently so. Anyway, oh my God.
Indeed.
I'm just wondering if I'm going to really do you know what? We're going to carry on because, you know, you were the high demand guest, apparently, for whatever reason. Anyway, so my first question that I ask everybody who comes on here is how and why did you get into the wrestling business?
Well, you know, it's a long story. We've got a long story short, bosh, as Helen Pace would say. What? It started long back when my great-uncle Archibald and my great-uncle Alfred, they started wrestling, you see, amateur wrestling. And they those were little panty things. What are they? Short, hot pant? No, jock straps. Used to wear jock straps, yes. I didn't know who Jock was. I didn't even know they had a strap. Well, when my great-uncle Archibald and Alfred started wrestling, you know, that's where it all started for me, I suppose. So, you know, it's all gone through the family and the timeline, the bloodlines, and I started it when I was a young lad, a wee young little nipper, running around in my leotard, what. And, yes, I started doing amateur competitions in Berkshire and Hertfordshire, Berkshire, Twatshire, all over the place, shire, in fact. So, yes, that's the origin of Foxcatcher's wrestling experience, don't you know? What?
Okay. Sounds like a lovely guy, that jockstrap. Sounds lovely.
Yeah. Well, you know, my great uncle Archibald, he was a superstitious man. He used to not wash his jockstrap because he believed the flies were lucky. And, you know, for him to pass that on to me it was a great honor. Unwashed and unprecedented, undefeated as well he was.
Oh, so
one match, one win, 100%. Yes, quite a record, I must say. What?
Yeah, very good records. Very good record indeed.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, yeah, that's a great backstory, I guess. So, Foxcatcher, I would like to know your thoughts on the current independent wrestling scene.
Oh, I have no current independent thoughts on the independent wrestling scene. I don't watch it. What?
So what do you watch then? I mean, because you wrestle, you must do your homework, surely, or.
Oh no, I don't do homework. I don't go to school anymore. No, none of that business.
Didn't mean it like that.
What do you mean? Oh, do you mean like how do I study the opponents that I face and wrestlers and such? Is that what you mean? Is that what you're talking about?
Sure. We're gonna go with that. Yeah.
Well, yes, I've been obviously watching AWA, and I do watch my opponents, and I don't bother with Ring of Honor or anything like that, but mainly AWA, yes, CWF. What else? Yes,
Great.
RWS.
Yeah.
Stars, yes. DN Wrestling, of course, because all of these companies that I am a part of and associated with. So, yes, it's important to see what riffraff there is and how they can benefit from the quality of the Foxcatcher. What? Because I am the master of the hunt. Don't forget. What?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you're on all these different promotions. You're associate with all these different promotions. Yeah. So did you have to buy your way in, or did they have to buy you in? I assume just going by what you're like at the moment. I think you'd have to buy your way in. Am I right?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I have no idea. I mean, no, I wouldn't say so. I'd say it's about half and half. Okay. A 50-50 sort of thing. Bit of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Because with AWA, I decided to embark on the professional circuit after my amateur wrestling. So with that, I appeared as El Hijo del Toro, the Mexican masked wrestler, to avoid paying taxes, you see. What? And then it come to a conclusion of a triple threat match, title versus mask. Now, in this match, I was against Blue Tiger and Dan Stryker. He was the champion, Dan Stryker, and Blue Tiger was the other opponent with the mask. So because I had a mask, it was a 3-way. If I lost, I would lose my mask. If the other wrestler, Blue Tiger, lost his mask, then he would be unmasked and become a normal wrestler. And then if Dan Stryker lost, he would have lost the title. So on that very day, it was Blue Tiger that cost me the match. And I had to lose my mask. So I was basically stripped of it. And by doing so, I was unable to become myself again, Foxcatcher David Toro. And since that day, in 2015, where I got my own back on Blue Tiger, it's gone from there. So I suppose, yes, to answer your question, with AWA, it was me approaching them. And afterwards, I had such a following from all of my maids and my aides, other wrestlers and companies that, yes, they wanted the Foxcatchers to appear on their show. So I thought, well, there's a lot of Foxcatchers go around. So it was by then that they decided to, acquire the services of the Foxcatcher. What?
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I got a bit bored. Sorry, mate.
Well, you shouldn't get bored. I'm trying to tell you little bits of my life story here. It's very rude when you get bored. But then again, that's what this lockdown does. People get bored very easily. Their attention spans just kind of flitter off like, sexual bummed fairies. What?
Okay, so I think I get where you've gone with that. Jesus.
No, I didn't wrestle Jesus.
No. But no. I'm not going into that stuff. I'm not going into it. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the next question now. So I want to know.
You can if you want to. If you want to repeat, amplify on anything, then you'll carry on. I've got all the time in the world.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously you wrestle a lot with AWA.
Yes.
What does AWA mean to you?
It means Affiliated Wrestling Alliance.
But why is AWA really important to Foxcatcher?
Yeah, I think it's got another name. It's like, like with WWF, they have like 2 meanings, 2 words: World Wrestling Federation, World Wildlife Fund. I'm pretty sure that AWA has another affiliation, like automatic wanking astronauts. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah.
Have you been drinking?
I've had a few Chardonnays. Yes. What of it? Oh, are you?
Well, because I want to know what AWA as in All-Star Wrestling.
You're going to buy me one, CueBall. You can owe me one for next time.
I'm not going to buy you a drink.
Sorry, what's the question? Well, you won't be able to give it to me unless you can somehow slip it through the screen. What? But you owe me a good glass of sherry for next time I see you. What?
Yeah, I think I'm going to need it as well.
Yeah,
so my question was, what does AWA mean to you, as in, All-Star Wrestling Alliance, Johnny Rose's company that you work for? Why is AWA important to the Foxcatcher?
Yes, I know. I know what you mean. Yes. What does it mean to the Foxcatcher? Well, it's a platform for the great Foxcatcher to, showcase his talents and talk and make friends and make enemies and have people, clean his boots and make sure that he is in tip-top condition. So I suppose it's a platform. It's a way for the Foxcatcher to, have like hotties at ringside, escorts and groupies, ring rats, I think they're called. It's a way of having those particular ladies show tribute to the Foxcatcher by, showing him some delightful affection. What? And obviously getting to see my muscles, getting to see me do the hunt, the fox lock, all of my moves that I like to do on other wrestlers, not just the ladies. They get to see it all and they get to enjoy a fruitful fashion of fun from the Foxcatcher David Toro, which is what you can ask for and the only thing you need to ask for in this day and age, isn't it, my dear fellow? What?
Yeah, it is. So would you say you're the top dog in AWA?
No, I'm not a dog.
No, it's an expression, Fox. Would you say you are the man of AWA?
Oh, I'm definitely a man, CueBall's.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely. Unless I find a way to tuck it in, then it's contrary to popular belief. But I can honestly say that yes, Foxcatcher does believe that he is one of a kind. I say greetings from the master of beatings. The posh eccentric, and that goes without saying because the Foxcatcher. What would this world be without a friendly neighborhood or an upper class high society of repellent for the delinquent dregs of society that the Foxcatcher is? What? So that's normally for the people to decide, because the Foxcatcher will just do his thing in the ring. Because I gave a whole new meaning to the term pounded in the ring, don't you know, CueBall? What?
Okay. So, in other words, you do think you are the best in AWA, yeah?
Well, if you say so, yes, I won't disagree with you. I'll agree to disagree, but I actually won't. If you take my meaning, what?
Yeah, I get you. So we know, well, the people who follow you anyway, Foxcatcher, that you have a butler called Sleeves.
They follow me. Why do they follow me? I'm done
because you do have fans. I will say you do have fans, not electric fans to cool you down. Fans in like, woo, Foxcatcher, we like you, and all that bullshit. And
yes, it is. Yeah, they do tend to bring their bullshit in with them sometimes. I've noticed that at CWF, they tend to stink of it. For some reason, it always seems to be the relatives of TC Brown. Friends and family of him. Yes, they're quite preposterous in many respects. But yes, I will agree with you on that for sure. What? They don't cool me down at all. They're very useless in that respect.
Okay, but so let's talk about your butler Sleeves.
Yes. Yes, Sleeves. Good old Sleeves. I do like a bit of Sleeves.
Do you have him there? Is he there? Is he there with you now?
He is with me right now. Yes. Unfortunately, I will not put him on because he's trying on new masks. Well, he has to wear masks because he's got such horrible facial scars from a smelting accident. You see, long ago. He started he tried spelunking, but I was quite shocked and curious why he would try it. But yes, he's horribly scarred. So I think the masks are the best option for him. What?
Who is Sleeves? Everybody wants to know who Sleeves is.
Oh, I can't divulge his true identity. No. All I'm going to say is he's got a lovely, wonderful beard. It's running nicely in the timeline of greatness of the Foxcatcher and his associates and his maids and his aides. What? Especially the women. The women have lovely beards. I'm sure that half of them are Amish, Okay. But with Matt Hardiman, Scrubber Daly, with Sleeves and myself, we're like a bearded band of brothers. What? I'm surprised you don't join us, CueBall. You'd fit nicely into that category. What?
No, you're okay, Fox. You're okay. I don't want it. The one thing I would like to do is ram that horn right up your ass.
Okay. Well, it wouldn't be the first time. That is quite an offer, isn't it? But you have to get in line, I'm afraid, Kyo, because I've got so many maids, so many aides, so many escorts, wanting to do the same thing. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to turn you down for that sort of thing. Unless, of course, it's some sort of match stipulation. Then maybe we can see to it that that's the case. But if I have my way, then no, it will not be stuffed off of my backside or anywhere else for that matter. And Sleeves will make sure that that's the case. Can't be having anything rammed up my backside, especially my horn, because I've got to blow it. I don't want to be blowing the contents of my backside through my mouth now, do I? That's just not cricket at all. What?
Yeah. So you seem a bit, because you won't give anything away about Sleeves. Do you two have a special connection? Are you two relatives or something like that?
Oh, well, all I'm going to say is that he's called Sleeves because of that very reason, that he wears sleeves, I mean, you take a look at the upper class nowadays. They all have butlers. They all have people that kind of, they all have the same names. It's either Jeeves or Jives or Bunting or Ponting or, some other posh twat of a name. But I think Sleeves was quite an original name for my butler. So, and he does wear sleeves. He has sleeves. He never tends to roll them up. So, it helps to make all the stupid people out there, realize that it is exactly what it is.
All right, yeah, okay. That's a good answer. Fair play. Good answer. Well done, Mr. Foxcatcher. So, Foxcatcher, I want to know what your highest and your lowest points are in your career so far.
I would say my highest point is when I got to the top of the ladder at AWA, quite literally, because I had to face the Blue Tiger, and upon doing so, I had one of my aides, Damien Bain, who is no longer with us, unfortunately. He helped me get to the top of the ladder, literally, and take the mask that I used to wear as El Hijo do Toro off this black dildo-looking rope that was tied to some sort of T-bar stand at the Civic Centre in Stourport. So upon doing so, I basically retained my title, and that was quite a moment for me. I think that's really when the Foxcatchers started to embody more greatness and kind of expand in terms of creativity and confidence and just sheer wrestling skill. So quite literally, I was, yes, at the top during that time. My lowest, it was probably when I was down flat on the floor. Yes, I would say any time that I've been flat on the floor has probably been my lowest. But I would say more specifically is probably in the I Quit match against Darren Brown at CWF. That was a low point because he tried to cheat, and obviously, I had the great Scrubber Daly with me. I had Sleeves with me, and TC Brown just found some sort of way to win against me in front of his hometown. So that was a bit of a low point. Another low point was at RWS when I was facing Kevin Fury, and it was a sheer victory. But unfortunately, due to a rather nasty bump, a nasty fall, I injured my shoulder, I think I still won, but after that, I had Ophelia Cox had to nurse me back to health. So that was another low point physically for me. Yeah, it's a very painful injury. It wasn't broken, but I did manage to carry on. And unfortunately, I was the first one into the Rumble and the first one out because of Casey Wilde eliminating me. Again, another low from that no good upstart. But so I can honestly say that I have yet to win a Rumble Mania, which is another low. But yes, and all the times I've been screwed over and I've lost are all low points. But all the title wins that I've had are definitely high points, beating Nick Flag for the AWA title. Yes, that was a high point for me. And obviously being Wrestler of the Year 3 times. So, yes, those are my highs and lows. My roller coaster of ring wrestling, shall we say. What?
Okay. So, obviously, you are the CWF Corinium Champion.
Correct. Yes.
So, I've watched the footage of that, and it almost seems like you conned your way into the win, if you will. As far as I was aware, Sleeves should have won that. And you offered him a pay rise, and he didn't get it.
This is correct, yes. But it's not in the way that you're saying it. No, I think you're kind of twisting things around a little bit there, Mr. CueBall, which is, quite unadulterated and unacceptable. But however, I will let you off because that begs the question of explanation to the Foxcatcher, realizing that he was always going to win that match. I was always going to win that match, and Sleeves, without me, wouldn't even have a job. So I think for people to say that Sleeves was going to win is yes, rather below the belt, quite literally. What?
No, I mean, honestly, I thought he was going to win. He was there. He was stood right in front of you. I mean, he's a tall chap. He's bigger than you, and I think he could have kicked your ass easily. But again, you offered him a pay rise. I mean, he is the reason.
Kick my ass, indeed. What?
Yeah, I said kick your ass. That's what I said.
No,
I mean, also back in 2018.
He would not do that to his employer. He would not do that to me, the great Foxcatcher. Because if he did, he'd be out on the street. He'd be dressed in like black leather. He'd be into some sort of dominatrix victim, is what he would be. What? About the Foxcatcher. His safety word would be banana, and he'd have nowhere to go. He'd be cold, and so he should be thanking me because I've given him a good life, good service here, and he's given me good service so far. What? So I don't think that you should suggest and antagonize the situation by saying that because he knows his place. What? He's mute for God's sake, so he needs someone like me to interpret. What?
In his job description, does it say for him to take beatings? Because back in 2018 at CWF, what are we now? 5, I think it was. It was you versus DC Brown.
Yes.
Or Thundercat, whatever you want to call him.
Yes.
And I hate to say it, but Sleeves took a beating because of you.
Yes, he did. I see that's the kind of chivalry and frivolity and strength and courage that I look for in my aide and my maids. Because I have many, many. But Sleeves has been quite a remarkable aide since that time. Yes, I mean, not like the brightest bulb in the tree and not the hairiest peach in the barrel, but, it's quite obvious that Sleeves did use his intelligence that day and take a beating for the Foxcatcher. Well, that's what I pay him to do. He took a beating, and yes, I think that's rightfully due for the Foxcatcher, for the master of the hunt that I am. And same again with when I won the Corinium Championship. If he had not got on his backside and taken the fall for the Foxcatcher, then he wouldn't have won the match because he didn't gain a fall. He was too busy getting beaten up in that match. So, with that being said, I think it's the diligence of good old Sleeves to take the fall and the bump for me was quite rightfully so, because then I became Corinium Champion after winning the golden ticket. What?
Well,
so there you go.
All I'm going to say is about Sleeves is that he's a decent guy.
Yeah.
And
I will say that a little silly at times, a little dumbfounded, and you know, I think he's got a bit of a thing for omelette, you know, or omelettes in general. I don't know, but yes, luckily he's starting to come round to the Foxcatcher's way of thinking. And if he takes the beating for the Foxcatcher, then fair play to him. Well done. That's what he's there for. That's what his job is. To be my main aide.
Right.
And,
so all I'm going to say to that is just to watch it back, because if you push him too far, he will retaliate. Okay, that's what I'm saying about it. What I'm saying.
Yes, I know. People say that, but I know my onions. I am the Foxcatcher David Toro. You know.
Okay.
If he were a pickled onion and he tried to come back at me, I'd say that's shallot. What?
Oh my God! All right.
I think it's quite funny, personally. But he would never do such a thing. He would never come back at the Foxcatcher because he knows the value of his position and my position.
All right, but I've just had an email come through from the CWF management.
Yeah.
There's a rumor going around that the Foxcatcher could be facing Sleeves at the next CWF show. Just a rumor. Don't know if it's true or not. It's just my inside people in CWF. Because I'm not only am I a wrestler, I'm a bit of a hacker, if you will. Not a hacker as such, but I sort of know people who can do stuff. You can tap into...
kind of like an internet weasel seems to know what's going on before it's going on. What?
Yeah, pretty much. I have my ways. Just a little rumor. You versus Sleeves.
Okay. Well, it's the first I've heard about it, Mr. CueBall.
Rumor.
Yes, a rumor. Yes, that's all it is, just a rumor. That doesn't even belong in a room. It wasn't even invented in a room. It wasn't taken from a room. So, you know, hang on 1 second. One of my aides wants to talk to me. Yes. Excuse me 1 second. One of my maids needs to use the loo. What?
Carry on.
Okay. Don't be long. So I need to sit on my royal throne. There you go. Right. Okay, hang on a second. Foxcatcher is going to make himself scarce with the distractions. Right, so yes, Sleeves. Rumoured to be facing Foxcatcher.
You seem a bit worried.
I'm not worried at all because it's just absolute gibberish and nonsensical jabbering. I've never heard such gabble and gossip and such ridiculous gibbery-joo in all of my life. Because it's quite clear that Sleeves is my aide. He works for me. He is my butler, you know, and he does all that he needs to do for the Foxcatcher, and he should be very, very grateful about everything the Foxcatcher does for him, you know? I don't see why he would want to challenge me or why anyone would want to see him challenge. He doesn't even talk, can't even understand, so how would we know that he wants to challenge the great Foxcatcher when he wouldn't want to do such a silly, stupid thing because he would be fired instantly. What?
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, we're going to move on to the next thing. So this is the part. This is.
Dismissed it. I would. Gibberish.
Okay. So this is the part of the chat where I bring up a picture, and I would like a bit of description behind it. Okay. So I'm going to pop this picture up. 2 seconds. And here we go. Can you see it, Foxy?
Ah, yes, there we go. Ha ha ha. Yes, how delightful. Ah, yes. Such a pleasant day that was. I don't know where you got that from. I don't even have that myself. But I'm pretty sure that some of my aides have got that on their wall, you know. They probably rub it up against themselves. It probably smells like their nether regions, and so it should, because the Foxcatcher is, you know, quite a juicy piece of arse what, if I may say so myself.
So what did you do to get this Wrestler of the Year certificate? And
So,
in fact, you've had it 3 times. So what did you do to get these 3 times?
This is true, yes. What? Well, you know, what can I say? But the Foxcatcher is, for one, very athletic, very fit. You know, I do a range of moves. I've got you know, a good look about me. I mean, yes, okay, I could be putting on a little bit more weight, maybe getting rid of the hair on my chest, waxing it maybe. But, you know, I have certain kind of style that not many others have in AWA or any other companies because, you know, I'm willing to put my life on the line and, you know, no, that's not good. Okay, yes. Sorry, one of my aides was trying to ring me. What? So yes, the Foxcatcher is someone who brings a different dimension, and a different angle to wrestling in AWA. Because, you know, I'm not sluggish, I'm not big and fat, I'm not useless or lazy, you know, and I have people cheering for me when I'm in AWA and booing for me when I dislike them and they dislike me. So, you know, all in all, I think I'm an all-rounder and I'm all-round all right to get such an award and deservedly so. What?
Okay, good answer. Let's take this off. There we go. We're back. So this is the last question from me. So, Foxcatcher.
Yes.
I want to know who you'd like to wrestle after the lockdown's finished. Who have you got? Who are you eyeing up? Who do you want to kick the living crap into?
Oh, well, let me see. Choices, decisions. Well, I suppose that I'm willing and game for anything and everything to face anyone and everyone, you know. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't mind getting in the ring with Kat Von Cage, even though she's a female and I'm male. But, you know, if she wants to put Frankensteiner on me and kind of turn me inside out, then, you know, a few sunset flips, I won't say no. And the same for Nadia Sapphire, if she wants to stink face the Foxcatcher, I really don't mind because that gives me somewhere to put my horn and give it a jolly good blow. What? But in terms of males, then I would probably have to say either one of the Billingtons. You know, I've always admired them, good lads. You know, maybe even one day face Scrubber Daly or Tommy Stewart if that opportunity came round. I know that Johnny Royal has got a thing for me, you know, because I took his title, rightfully so. Took his Corinium Championship, it's rightfully mine. Who else? Yes, I'd probably say all the people that I've wrestled, I'd wrestled them at least, you know, 11 times more if the opportunity came along. Yes. So you put anyone and everyone in front of me, CueBall, and I will give it a jolly good go. Yes.
What about me and you?
Me and you. Well, if you want to, you know, I'm game for it, yes. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I had no beef with you before tonight. And
Really?
As to whether I still have beef or don't have beef for you, I am undecided. One or two comments that you have made has not been, you know, fair and just. But, you know, I'm willing to let it go because I am the Foxcatcher. I am a man of stature and quality, taste of manners and of syphilism. So, you know, I would say I am willing to face anyone because I am the Foxcatcher. And, yes, I would like anyone and everyone who thinks that they think I am an easy match and an easy win. No. I've got my hunt waiting just for you. What?
All right. Well, I think you are an easy win. I think I could easily take you down and get that pin.
I don't think so, Mr. Cuba. I think you underestimate the Foxcatcher. What?
Really?
Not to mention that I would probably have Sleeves and Scrubber Daly with me to make sure that you don't get up to any mischief.
Bring
you
on.
And your tag team partner, David Haig, you know, yeah and scare. Well, you don't scare me, and that's a yeah from the Foxcatcher. Don't you try and
No, it's a yeah.
push my buttons because I, my dear fellow, am the one holding the PlayStation controller. What?
So it's a yeah then, because you just said yeah. So
I said yeah and scare.
I'm taking that as a yeah.
Anything about yeah. I didn't agree to any match with
I
you.
am taking that as an agreement. That's an agreement, my friend. Me and you.
No, I don't think so. I think you've
that's it.
you've misheard. You've clearly been drinking too much, like I have. Hence why I've been slurring my words. But I think you misread the situation, Mr. CueBall. What? But I will say one thing. It would be funny to if that did happen. It's probably not going to happen because you're tied down with your tag team. Yeah, and scare. I would say if it did happen, then maybe, a beard shaving contest would be, quite the spectacle. What?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
No, I
Beard
might
versus
shave
beard.
before then, so it might be pointless.
All right then. If you shave, it'd be your hair. Let's do beard
What?
versus hair.
What?
Beard versus hair. My beard for your hair.
Oh, okay. Well, I quite like my hair, so
I quite like my beard.
I might even get it cut before then, so I don't think that would be very useful. But well, yes, whatever.
Kill the hype, man. You kill the hype. Let's forget about it. Right, so these are the fan questions.
I'm sorry, I can't be wrestling you, my dear friend. You've got too much on your plate with the tag team division. I've got 1 or 2 scores to settle myself with Kevin Fury, with TC Brown. Who else? Yes, pretty much anyone and everyone steps in my way and tries to insult me in such a despicable and dishonorable way. What? Like the cunts that they are. What?
Okay. Right, so this is the last part of the chat now, where I've asked people to ask questions for you.
Yes.
Got a couple down here. First one off Daniel Powell. He asks, what is Foxcatcher's heritage?
My heritage? Capricorn, I think.
Capricorn. There we go. Daniel Powell is Capricorn. Mine's Taurus.
What's Taurus?
So about
it's
your
not
ass.
Me. I'm not a Taurus.
No.
Is he a Taurus? I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, the next question.
I also come from a long line of prospective vampire hunters known as the Belmonts, but I don't know if there's any truth behind that, whether it's bloodline based or whether it's adoption based. But yes, the heritage of Foxcatchers is a great one. Come from a long line of legends, landscape artists, architects, upper class. You see, no working class dregs of society like people in wrestling are these days. No. I'm quality in itself, personified by a legacy and truth and justice of righteousness. What?
Okay. So there's your
question thoroughly.
Yeah, there we go, Daniel Powell. Hope you're happy.
Yes, there you go, Mr. Powell. What?
All right, next question is by Rhiannon Osborne. She wants to know, where did the inspiration for the Foxcatcher come from? Have you ever worked as another character? If so, please describe. I think you mentioned this at the start, but for the question's sake, please repeat.
Okay. Well, the inspiration from Foxcatcher came from the film, actually, which was, funny enough, entitled Foxcatcher, about the Schultz brothers, Mark and Dave Schultz. If you've never seen the film, I suggest you see it because it's quite a watch, and even the book's rather good. You have Steve Carell playing John DuPont, who's obsessed with wrestling and training wrestling champions, and then you have Mark Schultz, who gets trained by him, and then his brother Dave Schultz. So there's a lot of politics, there's wrestling, there's a lot of obsession and a lot of backstabbing come into it. But it's mainly the grounds of Foxcatcher. Where they are is very kind of traditional and, in the sense of equestrianism, where they live on this farm, this manor, this place where they breed horses and they do very posh things. And basically the name came from that film and the fact that people there were huntsmen. They would take their hound dogs running to face and catch foxes and hunt them down, mount their heads on my wall like I do. So yes, that's where the name came from. So the inspiration of the character is sort of a similar style to that sort of ilk of people who do that sort of thing. They go out hunting and, they see it as a sport. What?
Here we go. Next question from Darren Brown.
Hang on. What was the second part of the question she asked?
Oh, sorry.
So what was the inspiration? Something else.
Have you ever worked as another character?
Oh, yes. Have I worked as another character? Yes, I have. As I was explaining, when I first came to HCW, I worked as a Mexican wrestler called El Hijo del Toro, which was roughly translated as son of bull. And the reason I did that was to avoid paying taxes, and it worked until my mask was removed, in which case afterwards I had to, maintain my aura as the gimmick of Foxcatcher. What? I think that's probably the only other gimmick I've had. I mean, there have been a talk that I have been portraying the wrestler Badstreet, which is not true. I have not portrayed Badstreet because, we've been in the same ring at the same time, and I've been me and he's been him. So, there is that. Again, Mr. Go, the Super Ninja, is another one that's been rumored to be donned by me, the Great Foxcatcher, but I'm not even Japanese or Chinese or China-Japan-Pakistani. So, that's obvious to anyone's eyes in plain sight that I am not Mr. Go or Badstreet or any other gimmick. So I've just been playing Foxcatcher. What?
There's the answer to your question, Marie. Next question, Darren Brown. He wants to know wants to know who your favorite opponent is.
No, I wonder why he asked that. What? Oh, my favorite opponent has definitely been Black Demon 69. What?
Any reason for that? Is it because of the 69 or?
Well, that's what Black Demon's mistress promised me, but she's yet to fulfill her need and therefore fulfill me, quite literally. What? No, it's because he was easy. He was an easy opponent to beat, but yes. No, I'm only joking, Mr. CueBall. No, I don't associate with Black Demons too much black magic and darkness. Bad form. What? No, I would probably say I don't have just one opponent that I've enjoyed facing. A mixture, really. I mean, I've enjoyed facing Johnny Rios. What? Had some good matches with him. The Mojo Man, Chris Cage. Yes, TC Brown himself. I have enjoyed my novelty matches with him. Although people say that he turned me into a chicken in one particular match, which I can't remember. He was hypnotizing me or something. It was absolute, gobbledygook. Because I don't remember being turned into a chicken or anything. But I do remember the I Quit match. I remember the blindfold match where he tried to cheat and peek under the hood. So yes, there is that. Also, yes, I would say Nick Flag. I've enjoyed wrestling him. Lewis Blaine's always a good one to wrestle. So yes, I would say Barnsley Brawler and Bully Boy Carter, another one. Even though I've become good friends with him now, and he's seen that the Foxcatcher is more of an ally than some sort of enemy. And of course, Bulldog Chris Smith, who, I hold a little bit of a grudge against, but I do enjoy wrestling him and would look forward to doing so again soon. What?
Nice. There you go, Darren. There's your question answered. Kieran Green, he asks, we all know you're a Foxcatcher, but is it true that you're a butt scratcher?
No, this is not true. This is what a question to ask. I think that's a very rude question. But no, I am no butt scratcher. No. No, I think that comes from the elongated tale of my grandmother Rosemary Agatha Toro, who once bought a butt scratching device from a blind Indian man. And it was said to be cursed, but it really wasn't, because it seems to do the job. And she passed that on to me. And now I tend to use that whenever I have an itchy backside. What? Whether it be on my own accord or my aides. So, no, I'm no butt scratcher. And that is the name given to anyone who opposes me and tries to, get the better of me and does not be able to do so. What? So, no. Those who call me a butt scratcher, they are the butt scratchers, not me. What? To answer your question.
There you go, Kieran. I'd be happy. Steve O'Jones with the next question. He asks, have you ever actually caught a fox or foxed a catch?
Yes, I have actually caught a fox. What? It was, it's a few years ago. I saw a dead fox in the middle of the road, and I caught that. Because I thought that would be a nice present to give to Mojo Man Chris Cage. which is what I did for his wedding. I gave him a dead fox in a box. For some reason, that started our feud. Well, you know, it's the thought that counts, isn't it? Whether it be a live fox or a dead fox or what. There was also a time when I went to Butlins with my family, and there was a fox looking at me, and I tried to feed him a piece of meat. I think he was vegetarian because he didn't eat it. And then he scuttled off and wandered off before my auntie had a chance to take a picture of him. So maybe he was just camera shy. Or maybe he just pooped on the floor and just left us with a present, but it wasn't a present to me. It was, you know, some sort of catapult fodder and throwing device, which I used prominently. And of course, I have one current fox, one stuffed fox that I will be bringing to the ring with me when action resumes. What. So you will get to see that fox, that stuffed fox that I have recently caught. What. Very smooth, very fluffy. Might even let Mr. Steve-O Jones get to pet it if he's lucky. What.
There you go, Steve-O. And on to the last question from Tristan Hayes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. What's the sound that no one knows?
Say that again, Mr. CueBall. I'm having difficulty hearing you.
That's all right. What's the sound that no one knows?
What's the sound that no one knows?
Yeah.
I think it's the sound of a tree falling in a woods when there's no one around to hear it. I would also say that the sound of a fox is the sound that nobody knows as well. I mean, a lot of people think that it goes, but that's more of a cat or a very throat-challenged dragon. Some people say that it goes like this. But that sounds more like dying lamb. And then you've got, ooh yeah, which is the sound of dying giraffe. So, it's probably a dying fox, but I wouldn't know because I've never really heard them die or heard them speak to me. They just tend to run away. What?
Okay.
Oh, there is another sound that it makes. It tends to go. I think that's when it's giving birth or when it's constipated. What?
Okay, right. So that concludes today's whatever episode of CueBall's being at Rambles 13. Thank you to my guest, the Foxcatcher.
Thank you all.
And I've been CueBall. I got a major headache right now. Jesus Christ.
Yes,
and,
I bet you have. So have I from all the sherries that I've been drinking, hence why I've been slurring my words. But
yeah.
I'm blaming you for that because, you know, inadequate questions.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to go and have a drink now and just find a will to live. Anyway, I've been CueBall. Next person we have on is Exposure Wrestling's Tiger Kid. Rawr. Anyway, stay safe, stay positive. Much love to you all. Cheers, Foxy, and hashtag, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. CueBall.